Hello Survivor fans, and welcome to the night you've waited for, the finale of Survivor, Cats vs. Dogs. Tonight, we have everyone back. Butterscotch, then Wilson, Oreo, Rocket, Daisy, Lily, and Domino. Next up, our jury, Felipe, Rusty, Buttons, Dakota, and Checkers. And finally, we've got our final four, Fluffy, Lenny, Timber, and Tom. These four animals are still in the game, and they are battling tonight to win the title of Sole Survivor and the $1 million prize. And here in Plush Angeles, we've got a packed house of Survivor fans, all ready to cheer everybody on. They're ready for it. We know you're ready for it. Here we go. Survivor, Cats vs. Dogs, finale. This season on Survivor, the animals were divided into two tribes, cats and dogs. The dogs were unified and worked well together, and the cats fought for power. Early in the game, idols were found, and alliances formed. At the merge, 10 players remained, 5 cats and 5 dogs. There were strong alliances like the wolf pack and the big cats. But over time, alliances fell, and the players left kept whittling down. And now we're down to 4. Lenny. This lion has fought from the bottom and seen his closest allies taken out. But somehow, Lenny survived and found himself in the middle of the two biggest alliances in the game. Through the entirety of the game, he has proved he can work with anybody, including his worst enemy, Tom. And somehow, he's gone from the very bottom to being the most desired player in the game. Now, with 3 days to go, can he stay in the middle and reach the end? Or will the tides finally turn on him? Tom. From day one, Tom has wanted power and been a leader. He built a strong alliance and made sure his enemies knew it. This season, Tom has received 20 votes, a record not only for Survivor Stuffed Animals, but a record for Survivor altogether. And although the entire game his one goal has been taking out Lenny, the past few votes he's shown he's willing to do whatever it takes to survive. And now with 4 players left, can he keep surviving until the end? Or will his alliances finally turn? Timber. This loyal tiger has been Tom's right-hand man the entire game. They built an alliance on day 1, and have kept it ever since. Every move Timber has made has been with the big cats. And even after weeks of being in an alliance, he still stayed strong and made good moves the entire game. At Final 6, Timber played an idol to save Tom's game. And now with only 4 players left, he still has a huge ally in the game. Now down the home stretch, can Timber make the moves to reach the end and win the game? Or will he remain forgotten in Tom's shadows? Fluffy. From the start, Fluffy was a huge character in the game. And he also proved to be very strong. Fluffy helped create the strongest alliance of all, the Wolf Pack. But one by one, his allies have disappeared. And as the last dog remaining, it would seem that he has no hope. But since the merge, Fluffy has been on an immunity tear, winning 4 challenges at Final 10, Final 7, Final 6, and Final 5. Being one of the friendliest and funniest players in the game, Fluffy is surely the biggest threat. But can he reach the end? Or in the last stages of the game, will he finally be defeated? These are the 4 animals. These are the contenders. Either Lenny, Fluffy, Tom, or Timber will win $1 million. But first, they must reach the final 2. And at long last, face the jury. This is the finale of Survivor, Cats versus Dogs. Aha! Yes, we did it, Tom! Me and you, Final Four, we're gonna do it! Yeah, it's awesome! From day one I've wanted to go with you, and now we're finally here. Finally in control. Yeah, me and you to the end, buddy. We got Lenny on our side, and finally me and Tom are back into some power. We have 2 strong, and with 4 players left, we've got a good spot. So, hopefully it's me and him, it'll be the final 2. For the entire game, me and Timber have been together, and now to be so close to the end and actually have a good chance at making it together is just incredible, and to have him here with me is super cool, and to know that I've had someone with me the entire game is just something that's amazing. We have to stay focused though. We can't just celebrate at this point because we still have 2 days to go. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Last night, I was in a pickle because I had 2 sides who were going against each other, and no matter who I went with, someone would be in power. And so it was a tough choice, but I took out Checkers because Fluffy's a huge threat, and now I gotta work with him because if we don't work together, then it's gonna be Timber and Tom to the end, and we'll be in trouble. Listen, Fluffy, before you say anything, I just want to apologize because it was such a tough choice last night, and Checkers, he's an awesome guy, but I had to take him out. I'm not mad. I know this is a game, but I just want to know why. So, Checkers is gone, which is not good, because he was the last dog remaining besides me, and now it's just me against everybody else. So, at this point, I need Lenny on my side, but I'm a bit scared because he's got 2 cats over there who he's worked with last time, and if he decides to go with them, then I'm toast unless I win immunity. Last night, I had 2 options. Either do what I did and go to Final Four with 2 cats and 1 dog, or go to Final Four with 2 dogs and 1 cat. And looking at it, you and Checkers were huge threats, and going to Final Four with both of you would be very tough for me to win. And so, I'm very sorry for doing that, but Checkers was just someone who I knew I'd have to take out eventually, and so he had to go. Alright, cool. I get it. Well, at this point, the writing's on the wall. We need to work together to take out the cats. Agreed. You cannot go home, and for you, I can't go home. One might think that Fluffy has to go home because he's a great challenge threat, but I can't go to the final 3 with 2 cats. Because if I go with Timber and Tom, then I'm not winning the final challenge. I know that. I'm not good at challenges. And they're going to take each other. So I need Fluffy in the final 3 with me if I'm going to win the game. Okay, so at this point, most likely it's going to be me and you versus Tom and Timber, which means fire making challenge. If there's a tied vote at Final 4, it goes to fire. Yeah, I better practice. I bet there are votes coming my way. And I better practice because you're probably going to win the challenge. So, obviously me and Lenny aren't the strongest alliance. We've both won each other out many times, but there's a mutual agreement that we need each other to stay in the game. So, we're staying together and just trying to work together, and hopefully we'll both make it to Final 3. I can make fire. Can you? Yeah, I can make fire. Alright, cool. Let's practice. Tom, do you think we should practice fire making? Honestly, we shouldn't waste our time, because the important thing right now is getting Lenny on our side again, and taking out Fluffy. Yeah, but if Fluffy wins, then have us work with Fluffy and take out Lenny. I don't know, it's a huge risk. Well, the important thing right now is getting them on our side. At this point, we need Lenny or Fluffy because we can't make it to the Final 3 without one of them. So, we gotta get them on our side and hopefully avoid fire because me and Tom, we're both not very good at it. So, we gotta find a way to fight through and make Final 3 together. Welcome Final 4 to your Final 4 Immunity Challenge. Fluffy, I need back immunity. Here, Jeff. Thank you. We are so close to the end, day 37, and now you're on the final push. And so today, to help you on that push, we've decided to bring in a little bit of home. Your families. Whoa. Yay! Yes! Oh my god! Timber, here is your best friend, Spots. Timber! Spots! So good to see you, buddy. You too. How was the ride here? It was awesome. So Spots, what's it like seeing Timber here? To see he's in the Final 4? Well, it's awesome because I know he's a fighter. He can do it. I'm not surprised at all, to be honest, because he really is someone who is willing to do what it takes to reach the end. Alright, Spots, take a seat behind one of the green platforms. Alright, Tom, here's your cousin Vinny. Hey, how you doing? I'm great. Alright, secret handshake time. You got it. Dribble, dribble. Step back. 3! Ah, great memories. So Tom, clearly you guys are great friends. So, what does Vinny mean to you? Well, even though we're cousins, it's still amazing that we're friends because Vinny's a pro basketball player. He could have any friend he wants, and he still comes back to me every single day, and we just hang out all the time, so it's really great to just be with someone who's a friend like that. Alright, Vinny, take a seat. Alright, Lenny, time to see your best friend, Zeke. Lenny! Zeke! Oh, it's good to see you. I'm so glad to be here. Haha, your mane's so messy. Yeah, you're right. So Zeke, normally we wouldn't see a lion and zebra be friends. So, how did this friendship come about? I guess we're just two guys who don't really care about typical stereotypes. Lenny's a really caring guy, and that's all I look for in a friend. So, I'm happy to be here and just be his pal, because at the end of the day, it's all about personality, not about who you're friends with and what animal they are. Good message there. Alright, take a seat. Alright, well, there's one more left. Fluffy, you look ready. Here's your dad. Dad! Fluffy! I'm so glad you're here. I'm proud of you, buddy. And I thought I was big. Huh, yeah. I made it, Dad. You're gonna do it. Fluffy, seeing your dad here, what does it mean to you? Seeing him here today is just a huge motivator. I know he's really proud of me, and it gives me a lot of confidence seeing him here. So today I'm going to go out there, I'm going to win the challenge, and just do it for him. Okay, take a seat, Dad. Alright guys, today is the immunity challenge, and your loved ones are here to cheer you on. In today's challenge, you must race to grab blocks. Then, build a tower. That first one with the tower 20 blocks tall wins immunity. Okay, go stand on your platforms and we'll begin. Alright, for immunity, and a guaranteed spot in the final 3. Survivors ready. Go! There we go. Come on, Fluffy! Oh! You're already lapping me? Sorry, Lenny. It's business. Ugh. There we go. So far, Fluffy is far and away the fastest. But Tom can carry more blocks than Fluffy, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Well, here I am, carrying 2 blocks on my first trip. Fluffy's on his 3rd trip carrying 4. Yes. Almost there, Fluffy. Tom, you gotta go. Ugh, I'm trying. Alright, there we go. Trip 4. Woo-wee. Tough challenge. No kidding. There. 16. 16? How is that humanly possible? It's not. It's golden retriever-y possible. Ugh. Well, I got 12. Whew. Last trip. There. 20. Son, I don't know about you, but I think it might be smart to get a few extra just in case. Good call, Dad. Whee! Okay, I gotta catch up. There we go. 24. 4. There. Alright, Fluffy, slow and steady now. You got a good lead. I gotta close the gap. Alright, there. I'm adding 2 right here. See? It's a platform. Good job, Fluffy. Keep it steady. Okay, 18. One more trip. You got it, Tom. It would seem at this point that Tom's the only one with a chance to catch Fluffy, as he's built his tower super high. I'll keep trying. Me too. Okay, that's 13 high. This is scary. Alright, great. Time to build. There we go. 16. Fight, Tom, fight. There we go. That's 18. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Fluffy's just 2 away, but Tom is very tall, which is helping him close fast. 19. Come on, I'm close. 20. Jeff! Fluffy's tower is 20 blocks tall. He's won! Yay! You did it! Wow, that was so fast. I know, right? Okay, Fluffy, come on over. Fluffy, this is win number 5 for you. This challenge ties the record in Human Survivor for most wins in a single season. Congratulations, you're in the final 3. Thanks, Jeff. Alright, everyone. Well, sadly it's time for the loved ones to go away. Say our last goodbyes. It was awesome seeing you out here. I'm so proud of you. I love you, Dad. See ya, cuz. You got this, Timber. You can do it. Okay, everyone. Head back to camp. I'm sure there's a lot to discuss. See you at Tribal. Immunity number 5. I did it. I'm in the final 3. There's a long ways to go, but I've got this. Let's go! Congrats, Fluffy. Thanks, Lenny. Alright, big choice tonight. Tonight is huge. Fluffy's immune, so I'm in trouble. And if things don't go well, I'm going home. So right now, me and Fluffy need to work together and choose someone to go home. My preference is for Timber to go home, because in the final challenge, Fluffy can't win if I'm going to win the game. He can't go to the end. So I need Tom, someone who can beat him, to be there in the final 3 so he can lose the challenge. Alright, so right now I know you need me, and chances are it's going to fire, so we gotta find somebody to place me against who I can beat, and I think the one I can beat is Timber. Yeah, but Tom's good at challenges, and I don't want him in the final 3. Yeah, but he could beat me in the fire-making challenge a lot easier than Timber, so if you want to place him against me, then there's a better chance that you'll be facing them in the final 3. Huh, you have a good point. Honestly, at this point, I could care less who goes to the final 3 with me, because there's one goal in mind, and that's to win. So whatever Lenny wants, I'll give it to him, because I know he won't win the final challenge, because he's not very good. Alright, Tom, we can't risk it. Just vote Lenny. Yep. I think right now it's going to fire. Yeah, it makes sense, honestly. I'm scared. Fluffy won, and now it's gonna be either me, Timber, or Lenny going home. And with Fluffy and Lenny working together, then it could be 2-2, which is not good. Listen, Tom, can you make fire? Not really. Watch this. Boom. Oh, shoot. Okay, Tom, tonight you can join me and Fluffy and vote out Timber. Or you can face me in fire, and me and you will face off, and I will win like that. We're going to tribal soon. I know you can't make fire. If you don't vote with us, you're going home. Wow. I think giving Tom a wake-up call has been a long time coming. But maybe tonight, after making him scared like that, then he'll join us and vote out Timber. And to be honest, that's what I want to see. So if I can scare him and give him a taste of his own medicine, then, you know, it could work out very well. Wow, Lenny is good at fire, and that scares me. So tonight, I have a huge choice. Save Timber, or I could face him in fire if he votes for me. So I don't want that to happen, and I could be in trouble. Timber, stick to the plan. You got it. Tonight, if things go well, it's me and Tom in the final 3, like we've always wanted. And so I hope that Lenny goes home and we stay strong and everything ends up good. We will now bring in members of our jury. Felipe, Rusty, Buttons, Dakota, and Checkers. Voted out at the last tribal council. Alright, here we are at day 37. Fluffy, you just won your 5th immunity. How does that feel? Today was by far the most special because, for one thing, I won it in front of my dad, and that was so cool to be there with him. But also, I now have a chance to compete in the final challenge of the season and make the final 2 potentially. So Tom, now with 4 players left, final 2 must be on everyone's minds. Sure, we all have our ideal final 2s, who we want to go with, and obviously making it for ourselves. But the important thing right now is going to final 3 with players who will take you to the end, because if you're with players in the final 3 who don't want you there, then you're in trouble. So Timber, how crucial is this vote? Very, very crucial, because When we see the final three, we'll see the players who we have to go with, because at that point, it's either in your hands and you have two options to go with, or it's out of your hands. So, Lenny, what are your thoughts now before we vote? This vote is very tough, because, for me at least, there's only two options, either Timber or Tom. And so now I have to get the right players on my side that can all target somebody, and if we can all agree, then we're good. But if we can't, then there's trouble. So Fluffy, being immune, how does that change the game where you have three options and no one can target you? It gives me a lot more power because I have more options and everyone knows that I'll be in Final 3 and they want to go with me. So it's important to me to make sure that I can use that power in the right way and take players with me that I actually want to be with me. So Tom, are you a bit scared for the potential scenario of a fire-making challenge? Yeah, I'm very scared. I'm sure we're all scared because making fire is a very scary scenario. You've got a 1 in 2 chance of going home and you gotta face somebody for $1 million potentially. So it's a tough spot to be in and it could cost me the game. Okay, well it's time to see if that scenario will happen. Tom, you're up. I will go tally the votes. Okay, I will read the votes. The first vote, Lenny. That's 1 vote, Lenny. Second vote, Timber. That's 1 vote, Timber. 1 vote, Lenny. Ugh. Next vote, Timber. The 13th player voted out. Timber. Oh, man. What? Tom, I thought we were best friends. Wow. Timber, the tribe has spoken. I can't believe it. Well, you made it. Final 3. Tomorrow you have your final immunity challenge. For now, everything's back to camp. Good night. Tom, my ally from day 1, just turned on me, and I don't know why. This is a shocker. Wow, what a tribal. Welcome back to the finale of Survivor Cats vs. Dogs. Right now with us we've got Timber the Tiger. Timber, after being voted out 4th place, how does it feel to know your ally Tom turned on you? Honestly, Jeff, it's heartbreaking because we're best friends, and I had his back the entire game. I played an idol for him at Final 6, and he just turned on me when he felt like it. So I kind of felt used by him, and I don't know, it just wasn't great. So now after being voted out 4th place, what do you make of the Final 3? I think right now anybody could win, because it's a great Final 3 with 3 great stories. You've got Tom, my buddy, who turned on me but still played a great game. Lenny, who's fought from the bottom, and Fluffy, who's just dominated in challenges. So anybody could really do it, and I'm excited to see what happens. One final question. What do you take away from this experience? You know, after this, I've learned that really the best way for me to go through life is being independent, because when I played that idol, best moment in the game. But Tom turned on me when I was his ally, and so I gotta learn to be more independent in my life, and hopefully moving forward I can do that. Okay everyone, that's Timber. Now back to the show. Welcome Fluffy, Tom, and Lenny to the final immunity challenge of Survivor Cats vs. Dogs. Fluffy, I need immunity back. There, Jeff. Thanks. Today's challenge is simple. Stay in your platforms as long as possible. The last one left wins immunity. If you win today, you are guaranteed a spot in the final two. You decide who goes home tonight, and you will have a chance to plead your case to the jury as to why you deserve $1 million. Huge stakes. Let's begin. Okay, everyone is balanced, and this challenge is on. Well, it's easy right now. I guarantee this will be the toughest challenge of the season. As this challenge begins, let me just say that we have a great final three here. Congrats to all of you guys. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciated. All three of you now have Survivor records. Tom, with 20 votes, the most votes ever received in a single season as Survivor. Nice, I guess. Fluffy, with 5 immunities, possibly 6, smashes the record of 3 held by Spring and Fire. Awesome. And Lenny, the first player in Survivor Stuffed Animals history to play 2 idols, and also the most votes canceled with an idol, 8 votes canceled at Final 9. Great. Hats off to you 3. You're all very deserving of this spot. But only one can win. Very correct, Tom. We've been here 1 hour, but I can imagine it'll go a lot longer. Yeah, I am not dropping anytime soon. I got this. Sitting on a platform for $1 million? Easy. There's no point in giving up yet. I don't mind the wait. This is exciting. Wow, you guys are patient. On the contrary, actually, I feel like you're patient, Jeff, because we're here fighting for the winner of Survivor, but you're just the host, and you're still here, so that's pretty good. Well, thanks, Fluffy. Anybody want to hear a joke? Yeah, sure, let's hear it. When doing this challenge, what did one dog say to the other dog? What? This challenge sure is rough. Spoken like a true dog. I'm feeling a bit sleepy. You know what, guys? I think I've had enough. Wow. Lenny is off, which means he's out of the challenge. It's down to Fluffy and Tom. Hey guys, you got it. Tom, you want to strike a deal? And negotiation begins. If I can win, sure, but otherwise no. Well, Jeff, we're in it for the long haul. You guys are amazing. You are battling so hard right now. This could be for $1 million. Fluffy, step down now and I'll take you. Sorry, I can't trust that. Neither guy wants to step down. They are both fighting. I cannot and will not lose this challenge. I'm gonna win. It's my only shot. You guys are so crazy. This is awesome. This challenge began at 7 a.m. It is now 4 p.m. You guys are fighting so hard, and you should be very proud of yourselves. Ah! Fluffy, what is it? The water's moving. There's huge waves. There's something right there. Fluffy, there's nothing there. He's hallucinating. Ugh. This is crazy. Fluffy doesn't look so hot. Whoa. The entire platform is shaking.
Ah. Yes! Woo!
After 9 long hours and 38 days, this challenge is over and Tom has won. Oh my god. Wow. Here, buddy. Thanks. Well, the time has finally come. There you go, Tom. Congratulations, you've won. You have made the final 2, and you will get the chance to plead your case to the jury as to why you deserve $1 million. In addition, you will decide who goes home tonight, either Fluffy or Lenny. Head back to camp, I'll see you at Tribal. I can't believe it, I won. I beat Fluffy, and it's just a great feeling to know that he's finally been beaten and I'm in the final 2 and I know I'm going to win it. Finally, I'm safe, and I know I'm safe, and I have all the power. I decided to go to the finals, and it's really, really great to know that I'm there and I have the choice. Well, this is tough. Yeah. For the first time since Final 8, I am not immune, which is not good, because I've gotten used to it, and now Tom has a choice, and I know I'm a huge threat. I know that I'm in huge trouble. Hey guys, can we talk? What is it? Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. I know I'm the last dog left. I know I've won a lot of challenges and I'm a huge threat. So, Tom, I just want to say congratulations and let's make this a nice day because the writing's on the wall. Wow. Well, thanks. Fluffy knows he's a huge target, so I guess he's just being nice and wants to have a good last day, but I think he's still going to keep playing. I don't know. I don't think he's given up just yet. Hey, Tom. So, right now I'm not going to beg you or anything. I just want to talk to you and just tell you that I think that we know what's happening tonight and we're good to go. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to get rid of Fluffy right now. At this point, with a huge threat like Fluffy against me, I just want to keep my cool and keep things calm because if things stay the same going to the end. I know I'm in deep trouble. It's obvious. But I'm not wanting to give up. So I need to find the right time, talk to Tom, and just find a way to keep fighting, because I can do this. Man, how crazy. The 2 lions, the 2 enemies, making it to the end together. Yeah. It's funny. This entire game you've been with him, and you could never take him out. That's true. That would have been super cool to get him out of the game and just have my big move right there. Yeah, it would have been awesome. Oh well, now it's just you and Lenny in the finals. Talking with Fluffy made me realize something. That tonight, I can make a huge statement and take out Lenny. And that would be a huge move before the end. However, I mean bringing Fluffy. So I guess I probably shouldn't, but that would be an amazing move. And taking him out of this entire game would be so rewarding. But I gotta keep thinking straight and thinking about what's the best option for me. And if getting rid of Lenny tonight is a good option, then I'll go with it. Alright, time to go. Let's do this. We will now bring in the members of our jury. Felipe, Rusty, Buttons, Dakota, Checkers, and Timber. Voted out at the last tribal council. Okay, tonight is the night. We will find out who makes the final 2 and who will come oh so close but yet so far. And Tom, you are safe tonight. How does that feel? I'm very happy, Jeff, because I have all the power. I can send home whoever I want tonight, and it's a great spot to be in because I'm safe. Fluffy, you've won 5 challenges this season. To lose the final one, what was that feeling? Just disappointment. I thought I could do it, and I've won so many challenges, but I lost the last one. And you can win all the challenges in the game, but if you lose the last one, it doesn't matter. So, I'm really disappointed in myself. I can't believe you lost. So Lenny, now we're in the final 3, with Tom having the choice. How do you convince him to keep you? I just want to show him that Fluffy's going to win the game if he goes to the end. And I think everyone knows that. So, I wanted him to keep me because he can't take Fluffy. Tom, are you scared tonight and make the wrong decision? I guess so, yes, but also I know that I definitely can win the game in any scenario, so I'm not that worried. Okay, well, Lenny, Fluffy, time for your final pitches. Why should you stay in the game and go to the finals? Well, Tom, I feel like this season I've played a good game, but Fluffy's been almost flawless. He's been a great friend to everyone, and he's won so many challenges. And personally, I vote for him in the end, and I feel like everyone on the jury would as well. So you can keep him tonight and go to the end with him, but I feel like he definitely win the game. Tom, what Lenny says is true. I am a big threat, but think about how bold of a move it would be. Taking the biggest threat to the end. Taking out your enemy at the very end. It would just be epic right before the finals, and that would be a huge statement. So that's my pitch, but I understand whatever choice you make. Alright, I'm ready. Alright, Tom. Well, tonight you cast the only vote. And with that, it is time to vote. Tom, you're up. Best of luck. You too. I will get the vote. Okay, there is one vote in the urn. That vote will determine who is the third place finisher of Survivor Cat vs. Dogs. I will read the vote. The 14th player voted out of Survivor Cats vs. Dogs. Fluffy. Yep, totally get it. Wow. Great job, Fluffy. Lenny, you're awesome. Tom, nice meeting you, man. Wow. What a great game. So long. It's an honor to be the last dog standing. Fluffy, the tribe has spoken. Yeah, Fluffy. You killed it, buddy. See y'all tomorrow. Well, Lenny, Tom, you've gone as far as you can go in this game. Tomorrow night, you'll face the jury, and they'll ask you questions as to why you deserve the $1 million. But as for now, head back to camp, get some rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. Wow, what a fun game. I fought as hard as I could, and came up a tad short, but you know what? It was still great. Lenny and Tom, they're both pretty cool, and I'm excited to join the jury and see my friends again. So, what a game, and see y'all soon. Wow, what a choice for Tom. What a tribal. In the end, he went with Lenny, and now we have Fluffy right here, who has just voted out third place. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Fluffy, you had such a huge impact on the game, as we just saw there with all the fans cheering for you. You won 5 challenges. You had maybe one of the best social games ever. So, to come so close, how does it feel? It's heartbreaking, but at the same time an incredible feeling because I was right there. I could have won Survivor, and to know I can do something like that is just amazing, and it's just the best thing I've ever done in my life. When you fell off the platform, what were your thoughts? I knew immediately. It wasn't a question I was going home because I was going to win in the end. So I got back to camp, I tried, but I knew there was nothing I could do because I just couldn't go to the end. And before we go back to the show, just one more thing. You had 5 immunities this season. What does it mean to you to have a Survivor record? I've seen this show, and to see players like Fire and Flippers and Spring who are so good at challenges, they're legends to me, and to know I've joined them and surpassed them is just something crazy, and I'm honored. Well, Fluffy, it was an honor having you in the show. Now let's get back to the 2 finalists. We will now bring in the members of our jury. Felipe, Rusty, Buttons, Dakota, Checkers, Timber, and Fluffy. Voted out at the last tribal council. Tonight, the power in the game shifts to the jury. You've had your say this entire game, but now it's their turn. They will decide who wins the $1 million and who gets the title of sole survivor. But first, opening statements. Lenny, you're up. Okay, well, hello jury. You know me, I'm Lenny, the small lion who's bad at challenges. But what you don't know is that I've had to fight this entire game. At Final 9, I used an idol to save myself after getting 8 votes. Everyone turned on me. But then in the next few tribal councils, from Final 7, Final 6, and Final 5, I was in the middle the entire way. And I think doing that is pretty impressive, so I ask for you to consider me as someone to vote for tonight. Okay, well tonight I'm going to tell you about my game. And I view my game as the opposite of Lenny. While Lenny was weak and on the bottom the entire time, until he tried to get some power, I was in power the entire time. I received so many votes because everybody wanted me out because I was so good at this game. But I still stayed here, and I got 20 votes this season, which is pretty impressive. So you should vote for the one who was able to keep the power and stay in control the entire game. Alright, now, time for the jury. Felipe, you first. Okay guys, well, I've been out for a while, and I've gotten to observe you for the longest time out of anybody. So, this season I've noticed a huge kind of change in Lenny's game. He started out as this guy who was on the bottom and had no chance, but he's built up his game into somebody who has been in the middle making choices, and that's very impressive. But Tom, I haven't seen much change in your game, so can you explain to me how you've adapted this entire way? Well, Felipe, I didn't, because I didn't have to. I was in power right away because I made sure I got the power. Lenny was falling to the bottom from the very start because he didn't make any moves. So, I guess I didn't have to change because I was already playing very well, and I was just in the top of the tribe the entire way because I made sure I was there from the very beginning. Alright, thank you. Alright, Felipe, thank you. Now, Rusty. Alright, well, Lenny, you took me out, even though we were allies, and I'm just wondering, why did you do that? Well, Rusty, obviously it wasn't personal because we were great friends, but it had to do all with positioning, and in the game, you were in the middle. Even though we were both in the middle, it was something that I wanted for myself, because I knew if I was making the choices solely, then everyone would want me on their side and I would stay in the game a lot longer. So I guess my reasoning for taking you out, and the same for Buttons, was that I had to make sure that I stayed in the power of the game. Even though it meant taking out my friend, and helped me stay around longer and helped me get here. Yeah, no worries. And by the way, I wanted you out too. Thanks, Rusty. Okay, Buttons, your turn. Well, I just want to say I'm very hurt by both of you. Tom, you first. You were a bully to me. You told me what to do, and didn't accept any other person's answer. You bossed everyone around, and if you didn't get your way, you would just scream and fight about it. So, what can you say to tell me that this isn't true? It's not. You were in my alliance, and if you were in my alliance, you do what I say. So, I saw it as getting my way and doing what I wanted, and if you didn't like that, you could leave like you did. So, that's too bad you got voted out, but it's not my fault because you were in my alliance. Okay, and Lenny, why did you take me out? I thought we were friends. Buttons, we were great friends. And those times I spent with you around camp, just playing around and having fun, those are some of the best moments of the entire game. But you were a threat to me. You talked to the Wolfpack Alliance and wanted to join them, and basically replaced me. And I was scared that if I let you stay in the game and didn't do anything about it, that you would take over and I'd just be going down with the big cats. So, I'm very sorry, and I didn't need it to be like this, but it had to be done for me to get here. Okay, well I appreciate it. You were a great friend too. Okay, Dakota. Okay, well, I want to say that you guys both played very good games, and very different games. But you both got here, which is very impressive. So, I want to know, what was your biggest challenge in the game? Fluffy. Fluffy was the biggest challenge, because he was dominating every single challenge in the game. And it was up to me to beat him, which I did. So, I guess in that final challenge, it was about overcoming my challenge of Fluffy and beating him to make it here. So, I think overcoming that and taking down the biggest player in the game was something that deserves me the win. I think before the merge, constantly being on the bottom and having no way out of it was really, really tough. I didn't have any allies to begin with, and it just seemed like there was no way for me to reach the end. But I fought through, and I was able to make it here. So, I think that's really impressive that I was able to overcome that, and I'm really proud of it too. Okay, thanks to both of you. Alright, Checkers, your turn. Okay, Lenny. Basically, I see your fight in this being that you fought from the bottom, and that's impressive. And while it certainly is, I see that in Tom's game, he's never had to be in the bottom because he found a way to be at the top at the start. So, can you walk me through how this is somehow more impressive than Tom's being on top the entire way? Okay, let's look back at day 1 of Survivor. On day 1, Tom was selected for the challenge, and he won Flint for the entire tribe. Now, we got back to camp. He was very strong and building a shelter with everyone. Now, if you're looking at alliances, who do you want to join? Do you want to join the small little lion who can't do anything for himself? Or do you want to join the big lion who just won Flint for everyone? That's why I was put in the bottom, because I was dealt a hand where I was put in a situation where I couldn't be appealing of an alliance member. But somehow, I found good guys to work with. I found Domino, I found Lily, and they became great friends. And such good friends that Lily was the only one to give me an idol. She selected me. She chose me. And when she was voted out, she trusted me enough to give me her idol because I'd built those relationships with her. Wow, I can't believe that. By that point, Tom's alliance was so big that everyone wanted to join it. And I was just left in the shadows. But I played the idol correctly and saved myself from 8 votes coming my way. 8! That's a Survivor Stuffed Animals record. But then, the next part began, when I ensured that I could be in the middle the entire way rest of the game. I worked with Tom. I worked with the Wolfpack. I worked with everyone. And I ensured that I stayed in the middle and I stayed safe. And that's how I played the game and worked from the bottom, the hand I was dealt, to get to the end right here with Tom. Wow, okay, well, thank you. Timber, it's your turn. Alright, me and Tom were best friends from day one. He and I worked together the entire way. So, Lenny, how would you expect me to vote for you when Tom protected me the entire game? Because Tom wasn't protecting you. He was protecting himself. He was using you as a number, as a pawn the entire way. When you wanted to play your idol, you played on him because you were loyal to him. But when he was done with you, he threw you in the trash. And so, I guess why you shouldn't vote for him is because he never respected your game. Timber, that's a lie. You play the idol for yourself, whoever you wanted to. And it didn't matter to me. But you took yourself out of the game because you weren't completely loyal. Timber, you stuck with him the entire way. That's a very noble thing to do. But you shouldn't vote for him because he's not loyal to you. He's loyal to himself. Tom, I'm very hurt you took me out. I understand why, but just being with me this entire game, it just kind of hurts. Alright, last but not least, Fluffy. Guys, there's a lot of things going on tonight. There's a lot of bad things being said and blame being put on, which I get because this is a big, big choice. But for my speech, I don't want to bash any of you guys. I just want to go up here and say, congratulations for making it here. And tonight, I'm voting for the player that best represents this season and what it's all about. And can make us proud to call you our winner. So, great job, guys. You're all awesome. And Jerry, you too. And yeah, that's my speech. Thanks, Fluffy. Thanks, Fluffy. Alright, a lot of great questions being asked. This is a big choice. Now, Lenny, Tom, time for you to show the animals who are on the jury why you deserve $1 million. Your final statements. I've been king this entire game, and all of you couldn't beat me. I've been on the top, and I have found a way to keep fighting, even though I've gotten 20 votes. Everybody wanted me out because I was so good at this game, and I think making it here is very impressive for me because I was a big target the entire way. But I kept you all underneath my finger, and yeah, I was the one in power. This entire season, I've been behind the scenes, orchestrating moves left and right. Lily, when she went home, she gave me her idol, and that was a big move for me making that relationship with her. I played the idol, and I was able to save myself from 8 different votes. I controlled who was going home by working with different groups, and making sure I stayed in the middle and stayed in control. Tom thought he had power the entire way, but I made the choices. I took out the threats. I was the one who everybody wanted on their side. And I think for Little Lion, who had no allies to begin with, getting into that spot is very, very impressive, and making it here is even more impressive. So, thank you all for your time, and make your choices. Okay, thanks guys. Like Lenny said, time to make your choice. So, jury, you are voting now, and you are voting for a winner. With that, it's time to vote. Felipe, you're up. I will go tally the votes. Lenny, Tom, Jury, thank you all for a wonderful season. I will see you back in Los Angeles for the reading of the votes. We did it. Wow. Thank you. Alright, take a seat. Let me just say, Lenny and Tom, both of you have played very exciting games. It's been great to watch, and thank you for making this an amazing season. Now, to the votes. There are 7 votes in here. It takes 4 to win. You want to see your name. So, without further ado, I'll read the votes. The first vote. Tom. That's 1 vote, Tom. Next vote. Lenny. That's 1 vote, Tom. 1 vote, Lenny. Next vote. Lenny. That's 2 votes, Lenny. 1 vote, Tom. Fourth vote. Lenny. That's 3 votes, Lenny. 1 vote, Tom. The winner of Survivor Cats vs. Dogs. Lenny! Yay! Hey, Tom, seriously, good game. You too. Hey! Good work, Lenny. Thanks, guys. It was a vote of 6-1. Here's the check. We'll be back for some stories, the fan favorite, and eventually, next season's theme. Okay, fans. Welcome back to the Survivor Cats vs. Dogs reunion. Lenny, you just won $1 million. Describe your feelings right now. How excited are you? This is life-changing. I fought so hard, and to have it all pay off is really awesome, and I'm very proud of myself. Alright, now Tom, you came so close. What do you think was your downfall at the end of the game? Looking back on it, the way I treated players. I was, I guess, pretty mean, and watching it over, I realized that I probably should have been more respectful and let others have their opinions as well. So, Tom, the question we want to know is, are you and Lenny friends? I wouldn't say friends, but I'm proud of him for winning. He deserved it. Okay, Fluffy, you fought so hard. You came so close, but the final challenge did not go your way. What do you take away from Survivor? It really was the experience of a lifetime. It was amazing, and to win those challenges was so cool. I was so close, but in the end, it just didn't happen, and I'm okay with it. I still had a great time. Now, Checkers and Dakota. What a great friendship. How has that impacted you guys? It was so awesome on the island because Dakota was my best friend. We just hung out together the entire time, and our friendship was very genuine. Yeah, we're very different players and different animals, but we learn from each other every single day, and it was super cool showing how we see the world. Okay, Rusty, the lone fox. Give us your take on the experience of Survivor. Survivor was awesome. It was a chance for me to see how deep I could dig and how much I could push myself to keep staying in the game, and to make it to 8th place after being on the bottom the entire way is pretty impressive, and seeing Lenny win is awesome. Alright, and before we go to break, Lily, you gave your idol to Lenny. Why? I thought he deserved it, because he was my friend and he was loyal to me. And clearly it helped because he would have been gone, but here he is, the winner Survivor, so I think it's awesome. Okay, when we return, we'll see the fan favorite of Survivor, and then we'll find out where we're going next. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Before anything, there's someone I want you to meet. This is Mr. Snowman. Buy my snowballs, please. The great sponsor of Survivor Stuffed Animals. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Buy my snowballs. Okay, this year's fan favorite vote came down to 4 contenders. Tom, Fluffy, Dakota, and Rusty. And the winner of fan favorite is Fluffy! Yay! Congrats, you've won $100,000. Wow! Alright, well now, it's time to see where Survivor Stuffed Animals is going next. Next summer is the final season of Survivor Stuffed Animals. So, we're going out with a bang. Next season, we're bringing back 16 All-Stars from the first 3 seasons of Survivor. Who are they? I won't say. They'll be revealed over the next few weeks on this channel. So, stay tuned for the All-Stars. And next season, coming next summer, Survivor, Best of the Beasts. We will see you next summer for the final season of Survivor. Survivor, Best of the Beasts. There's the cast. This is it. The end of Survivor. Cats versus dogs.